Welcome to the Egyptian campaign for Davide et Impera 1.2. In the last part, we've beat a war here and we've effectively destroyed the Persians. Our allies over here, the Taxila, have come in this way, so the Suclids are now being pushed north. And what I want to do is get my agent kind of coming out this way. Oh, no, you go this way round. Now, I don't really want to push further north. Let's just go onto the main strategy map, guys. You can see it's probably more clearer. You can see here I've got this frontier here now. I'd love to get rid of Parva. You can see the Suclids have now pushed up this way. It doesn't look like Parva's got something over here. So if we could take that out, you can see Saba's made inroads this way. So if we could make this into a neutral state and keep pushing the Suclids back this way. But at the same time, I don't really want to expand that way, because what I want to do is now start to put my attention on the Romans over here. They got a basically we've got a Roman army there. I mean, the problem's going to be is how to break through this frontier. I mean, part of me says come down this way. I mean, just to kind of illustrate it, guys, is I could push through there, but it means I would have to take this area here above Pella, and the Romans are actually north, so I'd have a tongue sticking out there which could be attacked from two sides, which could pin my armies down. The other option I think I can see is to come this way, is to take Crete, because then that will, by building this navy up, and then we could go into Crete and then push in through this way. Take what this is called now, this area here, Hellas, with the Rome with there, and then we can push up through this way and then push through that way, because what we've got to do is actually capture Macedonia here, and then we could then seal off this border and we wouldn't have a two-dimensional tongue. But I think this part might be more of a case of consolidating our forces than actually doing anything. It's just rotate this back the correct way. And so to start with, what I want to do is build this navy up a little bit. I don't want it to be too expensive. I want it to look more threatening than anything else. 490, 342. Maybe we'll get a couple of them. Maybe we'll go for some more cheap units. I want to keep building this navy up, so we're not going to rush into attacking the Romans, because this is going to be a tough battle, guys. I mean, a really, really tough battle. And I do still want to tidy up this side of the map. And to that end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this army back. Which army's in the better condition? Army here. I think you can kind of fall back here, and that's a public order. Public order is pretty abysmal, but technically these guys are our allies. So what's the food situation here? Minus 20, great, goes without saying. And what I'm going to do is get this agent coming up this way, so we can see what's going on this way. And I think what we can do is take this army out as well. You can patrol. That makes this plus 12 now. Hopefully these guys will bugger off. I don't know who they're at war with, but... And I think we're going to bring this army back this way to start with. And I think what I will probably do is push this army out to here, bring this army back. It can refurbish a little bit, and then this army can come up, and we'll see what we can do about Advantia, about driving this out. We won't occupy it, we're just going to capture it and then effectively push out. Oh, Raga still belongs to Partha as well. So we're going to be a little bit careful around here. We don't want these guys sneaking through, but I would like to tidy this area up before we start the main offensive in this direction. We've also got in a war back with these guys over here, and what I would really like to do is recruit an agent, but I don't think we've got the maximum. No, not an army. We can't recruit any more armies anyway. Aquila. I don't think we got any spare agents. No, we got the maximum number of agents. So I'd ideally would like to get an agent here over here. Here, there, training. I mean, I'd like to. Who's my nearest veteran? Over there. It looks like it's going to have to be a guy over here. In north this area here, so. And I do really need to strengthen these armies as well. I think we're going to get. Actually, you could. I think we'll get you in the water first. I think we're going to get you to come straight down across here so you can see what's going on here. Again, I don't really want to expand this way. I'm quite happy to hold the border. But maybe getting this agent working in this area so we can see what the Romans are up to in this area. So we can actually do this. This army's in pretty good nick. Of course, we got this army up here as well, kind of keeping an eye on these. And it's not a full strength army, but it will do the necessity in there. And of course, we've got this army here as well, keeping an eye on these guys. These guys keep sneaking up and doing things. I think militarily that's all we can do this part, guys. And let's see what we got. We got a bit of cash to spend. Let's see who's got there. Mesopotamia's still got a order here. You've got +8 public order. See, that's 150. We're making a lot of cash. I'm a bit inclined to knock that down and put something like this in to fix the public order in this area, because it is dropping and it's actually starting to cost me money. I should just get these guys into. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to get that. I think we can afford it because this is giving us 800. This is only giving us 850, and that's only going to give us 250. So I'm going to knock that down in Hatra, and we're going to work on some public order in Mesopotamia. Egypt has got -5. Why have we got -5 here? Oh, we've got our faction leader here. So what's actually caused the public order here now? Buildings and squalor. Events. So we got an event here. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. Yeah, let's go through these. So you've got plenty of food, but then you're very tanked out on food here at the moment. 9, 2 livestock, 5 food. Could replace that. You're good on food as well, but this is all in this area. Iptus is down. You've got plenty of food as well. You're doing really good. And you're not doing quite so well. I mean, we could take that up. That would give us a bit more wealth, a bit more research rates. Yep, I think we're just going to go with that, guys. And we're going to go for an end turn. Now, during the end turn, I'm going to have a little bit of a talk about the fact that I'm recording this in August 2017, if you're watching this in the future, and the DVD Et Impera 1.2 has just been released. Now, this is, I wouldn't say a substantial update, it's actually a revamp of barbarian factions, and there's a kind of sting in the tail to it that they've actually introduced a historical character system, which basically allows the faction families to have historical characters. Now, this has had some impact, and now I don't really want to update this campaign to this because I'm not sure what it's suddenly introducing historical characters into my family tree will have an effect on the campaign, and I don't want to risk the campaign. And so that's given me a little bit of a dilemma. Well, the net result of that, guys, is that I've actually had to suspend my Rome campaign, or effectively I'm going to restart it once I can work out how I can have, because I want to do the historical families of Rome as part of that let's play. Oops, there we go. So what I need to do, guys, is think about how I can keep the 1.2 version to finish this series off and have the 1.2.2 version to do the Roman series. And what I'm going to do is bring this army back, and that can sneak over the border. And I think you can, I mean, you're in pretty good nick now, so I think you can afford to come into here. And hopefully Gaul will not be starving. It's -9, great. But these will build up. I mean, if you just stand, if he stands there, if the food shortage, how's the food in this parser? -4. So I do have a bit of a food issue here. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that, especially with this area here. But I think you've got a bit of a surplus at the moment. You've got home forces 23. Okay. Anyway, we'll look at that in a minute or later on. You can go there. And let's have a quick look. Got 15,000 to spend. Is there anything? That's got +5 supply base. That should improve the supply base as well over time. Parser. Don't have any food. Well, we could get that underway. And how's the religious conversion here? Well, you've got 12, 2 Hellenic, influence 0, local traditions 6. So I think we can have I think we'll go with that. To give us +2, +4 wealth and some public order in this area. I think I'll just leave that there, and of course it means I can now, if necessary, what I could do here is you can now recruit this. Is there any way I can? Don't really. I mean, what I could do is get rid of this guy. How much is this? This is 440. We could get rid of these guys and recruit 1 artillery in here, just so that these guys have got. I do like my artillery in armies, especially as I get towards the late game. Of course, what I've done is I've just demolished this, and I think we'll get that in. We can go there. Could go for something like that. This is +8, -8%. 4 +6. We don't need growth. Porium. Anyway. So we'll swap the armies here. We've got this spy. We can just keep an eye on this guy here. Hillman is not the most powerful of armies, so we could punch in against these guys. Actually, we could try converting some of these agents, actually. Into my and I think I'm just going to set you to come down. It's going to take you a few turns to get down. Let's flip this guy. Manipulate and coerce. Yep, I think we'll go with that. Now, as I say, the problem's going to be breaking through. Romans have pulled off a bit, so I think this guy can sneak out and patrol just to improve the public order in this area a bit. Check the food here. So you're -5. Okay. Because we don't have a massive supply base here. And how about this army here? It's 3. Bit inclined. I think what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to come through Crete here, because this is undefended, and I think if we can push the Romans out of this area, and then we can get this navy operating, I think that would be good. So I think the view to doing that, guys, is I'm going to come here. I'm going to come in this kind of because if I put my army there, you can guarantee the Romans will come in and try and sink me. Okay, let's see anything else we got. Bithynia, okay. Right. You've expanded. We'll come back to you if we don't have anything. I think we've got a temple. You don't have any food supplies, but we're building that up. Kind of inclined to build this or something like that. Supply pits. I think I'm just going to sit on that for the moment, guys. Libya. Okay. Just is still -3. I'm sure we can. I don't know how far we're off from population surplus. Mesopotamia, Asia. And we've got Epirus. Still want to keep this garrison in here just for the moment. How about side? Actually take. I mean, I could take this down actually, guys. I don't think I actually need this now. I think we've got enough of a bridgehead. I think we can afford to take that down. If push comes to shove, this army can come down and defend. So I think we can get rid of that. So I think we can expand this. And what should we have here? Got this here. Some good public order here, so I think we'll go for another one of these. And maybe we can get something productive going into there actually. Don't need that. Outskirts, wealthy. Subterranean aqueduct. No, I think we'll stick with that, guys. Right, I think that's enough for this turn, so let's go for an end turn. Trading with Tripolitania. No longer possible. Like Marseille is expanding, motivated population in Asia. It's okay, motivated population in Egyptus. Faction destroyed. So we've got a little bit going there. Inspired population in Cappadocia. And we've got this here, so get something in here. Public order's a bit weak. I think we'll get that in so we can improve the public order. And we've lost a little bit of cash because we've lost this trade deal down here. Scylla's obviously getting a bit stroppy. Now, I've got the army here.
How can I assist Pharaoh? Going aboard.
Great. So as far as he can get, great.
How can I assist Pharaoh?
And we've also got 3 Roman armies coming in here. So, to jump back into the city, we may end up with a major siege here. And we've got to sort this army prattling around here. And of course we're going to get...
I live to serve Pharaoh.
I think we'll get this army I think less is probably the best way in, so we'll get this army moving back this way. I'm a little bit tempted. Oh no, looks like Massila's pushing north, which is exactly what I'm quite happy for them to do.
Moving unseen, my lord.
I mean,
Can I be of assistance? God's guide my footsteps.
I mean, if these guys want to fortify and strengthen this border with me, I'm very, very happy. It means I can now pull this army back. Maybe we can pull this army over to here. And because if these guys are friendly, we've now got a common border with these guys. As I say, I don't really want to expand this way. I am a little bit worried about over here. Where's my... Okay, let's just... Okay, let's just... So Egypt's just falling, so it's the falling population here that's actually causing the problem. Trouble is, if I do this, it's just going to make the public order worse.
I live to serve Pharaoh.
I mean, I could recruit some extra troops here. But if this guy... That makes it -7. I mean, I could build up a little bit of a cheap army here. Yeah.
A noble cause.
Couple of slingers.
Noble men.
I think the bigger the army, the more kind of public order you can impose. I mean, I could bring public order here +3. I think what we could do is bring this down to this border and she can flip between the two. Actually, that might be the better solution actually. Right, cancel this.
I live to serve Pharaoh.
And oops, don't want to stand to ambush. I think that might be the better option, is for this priestess to flip between the two. And this is now -11, but I think we can do something about that. And of course, if this gets down so low, she can flip over the border and pick up each side. Okay. I need to 3 these armies up. I think what I might do is kind of bring... Take this out. I think I'm going to move this army round to about here. Just to support this army if the Romans come in and attack. Or pain in the neck having that army there. Just takes such a long time to get in and out of the water. I should have come across here now, guys, upon reflection. But then that navy did come in and attack me. Okay. How big's the garrison here? 17, so that's going to be a 37 defensive army. Okay, we have a bit of cash, guys. Pontus, Ethrald. Yeah, well, you're negative, but that's not a problem. Go short of food, you're negative -3. Parser. Guys here, I think. Yeah, I think you guys can take you up to a tier 2. And I think you can go to a tier 2 as well. It's going to consume food, but we've got quite a big food surplus, so we might as well get the garrison going here. And I think what we're going to do is move this army round to here. And you can go here. this army is
At
kind
your
of
command.
up that way. Yeah, quite happy
Ready for
here. You can do a quick control to get this up as high as possible.
behind.
Right, I think that's all we can do this turn, guys, so we're going to go for an end turn. If the Romans do attack on that in Nicodemia, I will stop the video, guys, because that will be quite a major siege, and I want to fight that as a cohesive part. Right, new political appointment. Low regional supplies. Yep. See if I can get a political appointment. I'm getting really annoyed with this, guys. I mean, does anyone know how any of these guys get a political appointment? I mean, none of my generals. I mean, they're all getting up. I mean, I'm actually improving a little bit in rank now, and these guys are dropping a bit. But I just can't seem to get a political promotion for my troops. Right,
What can
I want
I do at once?
to march here.
Is that all, my lord?
Let's be why are these guys suffering attrition?
How can I
Oh no,
assist?
it's solved. It must have been here. Oh, is there a food shortage in Charox? Yeah, these guys are probably starving my population. Yep, minus 141 because we've got all these guys here. There are times, guys, there are times that this is 4, actually I've got a tier 3 over here. Oh, I had a tier 3. This is plus 6, plus 4, minus 5% growth per turn. I don't really need growth over here though. In Charox, because we're already maxed out, so I think maybe we'll go with that. Yeah, it's all these armies here that's moving north that are being a real pain in the neck. But there's not much I can do about it until those allies have gone through.
I live to swift and
Just come up
silent
through
as a
here.
shadow. No orders, great
Right,
lord.
there's lots of little Suclid armies here, but I think if we can come up and take this guy. Now, during the end turn, Carthage took back Rafanta, which is pretty cool. I don't mind that. Now,
Your order ready for orders.
there's
All
my navy
hands
here.
to the oars.
We're gonna
Of course. How can I
combine
assist?
these together. That means my army will not take attrition,
Nothing else?
and I think this guy can get onto here and do a little bit of service before we come down here. Because I've got this navy here, which could attack if necessary. Maybe. Well, we don't have any cash. Anyway, I've spent all my cash. What did I spend all my cash on? How come I've got no money? What did I spend my money on? Oh, on that little. Okay, guys. The Romans seem to be reluctant to attack at the moment. I don't know what they're waiting for, but I'm quite happy because what I want to do is mount this attack in through here. I think that's what we can do this time, guys. I think that's about everything. Yeah, let's go for an end turn. Romans seem to have a bit of an obsession with this, so I think they're just grinding this area down a bit. Regional supplies, yes, I know. Oh, they haven't damaged it this time. Only at minus 123 now. And I suppose we're going to have low regional supplies in this area now. Okay, maybe we.
What can I do
And
for Egypt?
so we can come up here.
Move, my lord.
And what's the public order here? 30, I think.
We fight for you, my lord.
Trouble is that this army moves this area. Maybe if you move back to here.
In Pharaoh's name.
That's still Elam, but encourage population. Impasa. Construction report. Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. What I want to do, guys, is if I select my army,
It is an honor to serve you.
can you get ashore?
Leaving the ship. Fleet reporting.
Right, and I want to leave my navy in support here. Oh, I think what we can do is have this navy come up in support, actually, I think. And I think we're just gonna let up to here. And I'm getting fed up with these guys attacking all the time. So we're gonna pull you back to here. And we've got these Romans still quite happily sat here. Don't know if these guys will be able to get in one go, but we'll just have to see. They down here still look okay. Let's go back over to here. Now there's a whole load of Succulid armies went off in this direction, so what I want to do is come this way. Because what I don't want is, I know what the AI is like. The AI will kind of slip an army through here when you're not looking, and then suddenly come roaring in there and attack. Right guys, we've got a bit of cash to spend. What was that construction report? Right, we've got Gora here. Got plenty of public order. Public squalor. -2 growth. Well, that doesn't make any difference because you're maxed out now. First class province. Let's drop that in for the moment. Right guys, Mesopotamia, well, you're looking okay now. So most of the areas, you're pulling it together. But Egyptus is now +11. I think you can deploy. So suddenly we're right back up again in Egypt. That because the events have finished. Have a quick look. That still says -5 events. Characters 23. Okay. I'm determined to see if I can get these guys get a promotion. Nope. Okay. I think I've got enough time for one more quick turn, assuming that I don't get into a battle, guys. So I think we're going to go for that. Parser. I mean, I built that. I mean, there's lots and lots of public order here. But you're not actually taxed at the moment. Okay, let's tax you. That's given me 822, so we don't really have a lot in the way of cash at the moment, but I think we could probably change that. Import, grain markets, wealth. That provides a bit, well, all these provide a bit of extra garrison. I think I'm going to go with that, guys, just to keep this kind of powering forward. Right, one more turn, and then that would be it for this part. Oh, we've got some skills for Hercules. Okay, what do you want? Kill here. I think we'll go for a touch of assassination. Right, hidden agent exposed, low regional supplies. Yes, how did I know? And they've damaged my settlement again. How's that? Construction reports. Okay. Outraged population. Oh, great. Great. These guys are actually friendly. I'm going to have to pull this back here. So what's the food supply here like? -4. We got that here. I'm going to have to pull this army back. I think we're going to have to wait for our Persian adventure. That should hold that. And of course we're going to have to repair this again. I can really start to hate our allies. And my income's dropped. I just wonder whether this is actually causing me a problem. I think I'm going to untax it again. Because my income's dropping. I mean, I was getting 15,000 a pop. Now I'm down to a ridiculous amount of money. So, I mean, I've got too many armies here really doing nothing. I mean, I'd love to pull. I mean, these guys are friendly and these are holding up here. The trouble is, if I bring my army into here, that's just going to make the whole situation worse. What's the negative food in here now? -40. I think you could probably. I think what you could probably do is if you scoot up to there. This is our province, isn't it? We could come round the top and maybe I could join these two armies together. We'll just leave the single army down here in a defensive role. And we'll bring these two armies together to take out a Batka. Right, let's see what we've got over here. What's the bet in this army will not be? I should have known it. I mean, I could come and lay siege with the navy, but I think we'll just keep the navy in post here. Down here. And we've got Yathrib. Right, so really need to get some of these armies in. The Romans have pulled back again, but this one is probably still, yeah, I attack this army. So yeah, you can attack it. You're going to have to stay in that cell there. You're defending there. Okay, we've got a little bit of cash to spend on this area here. I mean, I could build that. I mean, that would give us. I mean, what's the slave population in here? It's only 4.8%. Got food. I think that's just going to make the trade situation worse. Grain market, wine trader. That gives us 10% wealth for commerce. What's the income from commerce here? Entertainment for culture, maritime commerce, local commerce, entertainment, maritime commerce. Maybe we will get that's 60 wealth. Maybe we'll go with the wine trader. We'll give that a whirl. And I think that can wait. I think I'm going to hang on to the cash because I got a feeling I'm going to need it. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Sorry there's no battles in this part, but I think you can see that this was all more about setting the process up for the next stage. And I think what we will do is bring these two armies together to take out back them. Maybe these guys will come in and support us, and then we can destroy this, and then the Saba and that can come up This way, maybe you
My
can
lord,
creep back this
moving
way
unseen, my
so
lord.
we can keep an eye on the
Shall go
sucalids.
amongst them.
But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.